The term second brain refers to your digital reference system containing all the information you find valuable and can be activated at any moment to propel you forward. So this repository, primarily your note-taking app, allows your primarily brain to let go of remembering and can thus create insights freely. To get the most out of your second brain, these 4 criteria need to be fulfilled. Number 1, effortless input. There should be no friction at all to add and edit the system. Number 2, reliable retrieval. Information is useless if you cannot find it whenever you need to. The primary use of the system is to equip you with the right material for any given situation. And third, zero overhead. Every second you spend consciously organizing can be spent creating value instead. The less you need to organize, the better. And finally, anti-fragile. Probably my most favorite word because it sounds so cool. The system must be better the more chaos there is in your environment. The more misery you experience, the more reliable your system must be. Before I present the ultimate organizational system, I want to encourage you and strongly recommend you to avoid folders, tags, and other organizational top-down methods. And why is that the case? Imagine a system relying on tags. This forces you to consciously decide how all new notes relate to your existing ones. In other words, you have to expel precious energy just by thinking about where you can retrieve it in the future. And aside from the scale problems, you must make no mistakes at all, not type a tag the wrong way, which is totally unrealistic. I mean, be serious. And then we have folders. A system relying on folders still forces you to decide which information belongs to which. But you can use the same file in multiple instances, the same note, which requires some cognitive load. You also suppress the serendipity and randomness of seeing the same file in multiple contexts and thus become less creative. So it's not that good either. And in the fantastic book, A Perfect Mess, the authors give many convincing arguments against excessive order because it's super fragile and simply not natural and beneficial enough compared to the steep costs. And by imposing your current Procrustean view on how everything should be, you restrict reality to unfold at its terms and miss precious opportunities. Innovation happens by looking outside the general perspective and juxtaposing different entities. But you still want to find the information as well without breaking a sweat. And after 2.5 years of experimentation and messing around with systems such as David Allen's Getting Things Done and Tiago Forte's PARA method, I've come to the following conclusion: breaking free from tags and folders. So, how do you actually organize your note-taking app? This organizational system has 4 best friends: search, favorites, hyperlinks, and a random note generator. Search allows you to quickly get a file based on certain keywords, regardless of where it is. Therefore, if you know or sort of know what you're looking for, you should always search for it. My preferred note-taking app, mem.ai, has the fastest and most powerful search function I've ever experienced. This ranking is very high. So that was the first friend. The second one, favorites. And starred notes allow certain information to be quickly accessible via sidebar. In real life, your notes follow a power law structure. A few notes receive almost all attention from you, thus making them as visible as possible. So, if you visit a certain note regularly, you want to add it to favorites. And in mem.ai, you click on the star to add it to the sidebar. Then we have the third one called Hyperlinks. It allows you to relate different information on the fly, making them as easy as go back and forth when you're working. They are temporary constellations, temporary gateways, and do not require extra overhead. Therefore, you get the benefits of the folders without needing to organize. And in mem.ai, you type the plus sign and the name of the note you want to link. It's not easier than that. Finally, a random note generator provides the ultimate way to see your notes unconditionally, breaking free from your worldview and boosting your creativity to outer space. This one is maybe optional, but highly recommended if you have time. And in mem.ai, you type surprise me in the search bar and can enjoy the dopamine hits of this novel stimuli. So how does it look like in practice? So hold on tight. To add new information, simply create a new note and type. And in mem.ai, you can just type. And if you want to create another note, then you simply create a new note and type. And again, and again, and again. Easy, right? Has your jaw reached the floor yet? Then, when you want to retrieve information, you have the following 4 options. First, search, because if you're sort of knowing what you're looking for, then you should search. And multiple searches are way better than a fragile sorting system. You also have favorites to access your most referred notes via the sidebar. You also have hyperlinks to link related notes, making it easier to travel across them without worrying of collapse. And finally, a random note generator. If you want to be unconditionally inspired, transcend your current understanding, and generate insights you never could have foreseen otherwise. So, why is this organizational system that maybe is laughable and simple, but that's the point, is by far the best? Why is it so? Because you get all the benefits with a second brain without thinking about organizing. Thus, you fulfill the zero overhead criterion, which is essential. You also become anti-fragile and unstoppable. You can have 100, 1,000, 3,000, or even a billion notes in your system, and it will not change at all for you. It is still as easy as having just 10 notes. Therefore, no amount of stress and chaos can harm you. Rather the opposite. You benefit from more notes in the system, since you get better results in search. Your favorites will still be at a manageable number because you can replace and add new ones and make it current. So practically speaking, you only look at maybe 10 to 20 notes, but you create notes for, to never look them again. Remember the power law structure, which I mentioned earlier. So it's still very manageable. And hyperlinks exist free from other notes. It's not like you have to impose some kind of top-down order. No. And your random note generator now has a mind of its own. It can be very intelligent since that is a large database that grows. So you benefit from more chaos and more notes. The only way to make it even better is to apply artificial intelligence to the process, a constant advisor that can guide your thinking. Fortunately, the wonderful mem.ai is already working on a solution called MemX. I look forward to the great revolution it will give to the existing note market. In the meantime, you're already set. Monday's episode will apply the same principles to your file managers, such as Google Drive, Dropbox, and your local hard drive.